Guys, how are we doing? And welcome back to another video. This is the Fighters Forecast. It is your boy Tennant speaking, and we are here to break down another UFC fight night. But let's take a look back at last UFC fight night, where Larry and Douglas fucked us, man. I'm not gonna lie. Larry and Douglas said, "Fuck you. Here's the dildo. I'm gonna put it in your ass," and he put it in my ass from 3 inches deep. You know what I mean? Like Larry and Douglas fucked me in so many ways. In that last card, guys, and it was just depressing. I watched the KO like with Cristo live. Larry and Douglas was chasing. Jamal Emmers pulled him right into that perfect 1-2 down the pipe. You know what I mean? And it was just so unfortunate, and it was just so shocking, to be honest, because Larry and Douglas trains with the Bloodline guys, with Cub Swanson. He's the better fighter, guys. Don't get me wrong. He's the better fighter than Jamal Emmers. He just ran into a shot he wasn't expecting, and he fell like a sack of fucking concrete. You know what I mean? It's depressing. Larry and Douglas was one of my, if not the most confident person I had in that card, comparing with Chris Padilla and Rainier de Ritter, who both got it done. But, he was in a lot of my lays. I know he was probably in a lot of your lays. But other than that, and Mason Jones, we had a very good card, I'd say. But it always seems to be the same thing, man. Like, there's always the one guy that just fucks you. You know what I mean? Like, the rest of the card, we're doing good. We're getting some dogs. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's just one guy you're pretty confident. You should be, like, chilling and you're laying back and you're like, okay, I can take a breath. This guy's going to knock him out. And it doesn't happen. It just goes the other way. Hammer does lose. We do go 10-3 on picks, though, which is good in hindsight. But, Mason Jones lost. Larry and Douglas lost. We're here to reset, guys. We're here to refuel. We're going to shoot from three, like Alexi says. You need to shoot the ball, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So we're going to get the ball rolling again here. And we're going to break down this fight. It's UFC Fight Night, Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong in China. And that is extremely important when breaking down these fights, because there's been some bias with the Chinese refs at times in China. So that's something to take in consideration when breaking down these fights. If you guys have not already, I posted the Hammer of the Week video yesterday. It is up. The odds are changing, so I really, really hope you guys got it. When you got it, try to put it up as early as possible. I know some of the boys like Alexi and Steven and Johnny and all those guys got it with the odds I got it at plus 102. I'm not sure what it is now, but get it when you can. But this is going to be a great fight card, man. There's lots of banger fights here, lots of good prospects making their debut, lots of striking fights as well, which are very fun. And headlined by the famous Umar Nurmagomedov, the one of the main pillars in the Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov plan. Khabib's father. He's fighting the Kung Fu Kid in Song Yadong here. But guys, it is 13 fights on this card, guys. We're gonna get back to our ways here, cooking and stirring up that pot, shooting from three and cashing and letting that shit splash. And we always break the fights down from the bottom to the top. First fight of the night. We have Ming Ding against Cam Nelson. And I'm not going to lie, guys, this is a low-level confidence pick here to start off the card, because I love the dog here. I love Cam Nelson in this spot, the Canadian brother. But the problem why it is so low confidence is because Cam Nelson hasn't fought anybody of substance. You know what I mean? This is a 170 fighter, and I looked at some of his last couple fights. It looks like he's fighting like 155ers, you know what I mean? Like very small fighters that he is fighting, but he is putting quick work on these guys, man. He's looking good. Cam Nelson is a very extremely explosive striker and wrestler. He can do all the things from what I've seen on the tape. He's got nice entries. He's got nice double legs and single leg takedowns here. Decent striking as well, but he's fighting against Ming Ding, a guy who's got very, very good experience when fighting. They do these little tournaments in China. It's kind of like King of the Ring. They do like a round of 32. If you win your fight, you're going on to the next one. If you win that, you're going on to the next one. And Ming Ding has won that tournament before. This guy is good, man. I think he won his last fight against Jose Henrique. I think that was a robbery. In my opinion, Ming Ding is a striker and a striker only. He's got massive forward pressure. He's very susceptible to getting his legs chewed. He's very susceptible to getting taken down if the fighter wants to take it there. And in my opinion, that's Cam Nelson's realm to win this fight. If Cam Nelson shoots the takedowns here and he gets on top of Ding Ming and he wears him down, he's going to look good here in the spot. But if Cam Nelson wants to stand here with Ding Ming, this is a 50-50 fight for sure. And Ming Ding has the forward pressure, the experience. He's got a lot of knockout victories. I think it's 28 knockout victories. Granted, it is against a bunch of bums in China. But, Cam Nelson hasn't fought anyone good either. This is a very toss-up fight here. But I like the dog in Cam Nelson because I think Cam Nelson can take this fight down to the ground. Give me Cam Nelson by decision or by submission in this matchup. Next fight, we have Lawrence Louis against Hector Santiago. Lawrence Louis, this guy is a zombie. This guy runs forward, he gets in your face, he eats what you throw at him. This guy will run forward, will shoot. He is like a Khabib Nurmagomedov. He will shoot through the fire. He will get you down to the ground, and he's got great control as well. The problem with Lawrence Louis is he is pretty stationary, and he's kind of like straight up in the air like this. You know what I mean? Like he's not really a lot of head movement and nice counters. He's a very just brawler guy. He gets forward and throws, and then he'll grab a takedown. And from what I saw in his last fight, you can trust this guy. You know what I mean? Lawrence Louis is a guy who does not care if he's boring the fans. He's there to win you your money. He's there to win the fight. Lawrence Louis, will shoot the takedowns here on Hector Santiago. And Santiago is a K1 kickboxer. Santiago is a kickboxer with no takedown defense, with very little grappling, tests in his matchup, and he's going against Lawrence Louis, a nightmare matchup for this guy. Unless Hector Santiago lands the massive shot early, he is a dead fish in water here. Lawrence Louis is going to drown this guy in the wrestling aspect, and he's going to get this guy out of here by submission or by KO, by ground and pound. That is my prediction. I got Lawrence Louis in this matchup. Next fight, we have a weird matchup here. It's Jack Jenkins against Sean Woodson. Two guys I actually enjoy in the lower level of the 145 division here. Sean the Sniper Woodson hasn't fought in about a year after getting robbed against Dan Ige, and I don't know why that was. He didn't take any big damage in that fight, you know what I mean? I don't know why Sean Woodson hasn't fought. And Jack Jenkins is, coming off that nasty arm break against Chepe Mariscal. I know that was a couple fights ago, but it does kind of, play with your head a little bit. Jack Jenkins, the tale of Jack Jenkins is the leg kicks. The leg kicks of Jack Jenkins are powerful, they're quick, they're fast, and he can throw with both legs. And Sean Woodson is the exact opposite. He is a boxer. This guy used to be a heavyweight boxer at around 200 pounds. He cut down, he's got a massive head on him, and he's got small everything else. A small body, small legs as well. So you can go both ways here. If you think Jack Jenkins can get inside, because let me tell you, Sean Woodson has a 12-inch reach advantage. You know what I mean? Sean Woodson is 6 foot tall at 145 pounds. Jack Jenkins is like 5'6". There's a massive height difference and reach difference in this fight here. Sean Woodson, the Sniper, was a boxing guy. He has beautiful combinations. He doesn't hit that hard, but the volume Sean Woodson throws out there is something I like, especially in this matchup here. If he can get away from the leg kicks of Jack Jenkins here, not letting him get inside to throw it because he's at such a reach advantage, just check the kicks or just don't get kick and time the kick. When Jack Jenkins steps in, he can't fucking reach you with his T-Rex ass arms. You know what I mean? I want you to snipe that guy from 3 and put this guy down on the campus. You know what I mean? But I believe Sean Woodson gets this fight done. I think he has the better striking here. I think he has great takedown defense as well. So if Jack Jenkins wants to shoot, I don't think it's going to be there for him. And I think Sean Woodson wins this fight by KO or by decision in this matchup. Next fight, we have Long Zhao against Francisco Nuzzi. Francisco Nuzzi is a kickboxer, a very, very light kickboxer on his feet, very calm and very crisp in the storm, a guy who loves to bounce around and try and, avoid the strikes and avoid the pressure and play that pretty kickboxing game. But he's fighting a marauder in Long Zhao here. Long Zhao just fought Cody Garbrandt and lost. But, he should not have lost. They took away too many points and ruined the fight. Long Zhao is beating the shit out of Cody Garbrandt, in my opinion, here. Long Zhao is a marauder. He's going to get in your face. He's going to throw. And he's got great takedowns and entries as well here, which are going to be key in this matchup. If Long Zhao is a fucking retard and the guy doesn't shoot a takedown, then fuck him. He deserves to lose. You know what I mean? But I think Long Zhao is going to shoot a takedown. I think he has fight IQ here. And I think Long Zhao wins this fight by submission or by decision after taking a couple shots by Francisco Nuzzi, who is a good kickboxer. But Long Zhao is going to shoot the takedowns. He's going to do whatever he can do to get the win in China. And I'm taking Long Zhao in this matchup. Next fight, we have Rai Tetsura against Kevin Borjas. Rai Tetsura is a Japanese world-class level grappler. You know, a guy whose only loss is to the champion, Joshua Van. A guy who is an absolute killer on the ground. He's got great takedowns, great entries, great BJJ as well. And he's fighting Kevin Borjas here. A guy coming off a win against Andre Lima. He broke the hammer of the week about a couple months ago, I'd say. And you guys may not like it, but Andre Lima's in this hammer of the week again. You know, I trust this guy. This is a big prospect of mine. Kevin Borjas is an absolute pussy bum, clown shoe fool who runs around the outside against Andre Lima in that matchup, just continuously running around. He probably did 5 kilometers of fucking cardio, that bum. Fuck Kevin Borjas. He has a little bit better of a striking here than Rai Tetsura. That's not going to matter. Tetsura is going to shoot the takedowns. He's going to sub this guy within the first or second round. Give me Rai Tetsura by submission in this matchup. Next fight, we have Andre Lima against Nasserai Bayar. Andre Lima, a hype train of mine from 2 years ago on the Contender Series. This guy is a killer at 125 for people that want to fight him, unlike Kevin Borjas, the fucking track star. You know what I mean? Andre Lima is so clean and crisp in his when he's throwing. He knows how to read the game properly. The only hit I have on Andre Lima is he needs to throw more strikes. You know what I mean? Against Kevin Borjas, I understand the guy is literally running the entire fight, but you need to figure out a way to get in there, man. Just shoot some takedowns then. Get him down to the ground. Make him feel you. Get some ground and pound going. You know, Andre Lima at points is sometimes low volume here. But against a guy like Namzrai Batbayar, a guy that gets in your face, who's grimy and gritty and will not run away like Kevin Borjas, Andre Lima is the better fighter, and you're getting an absolute steal of a discount here at minus 260 on Andre Lima. Because Namzrai Batbayar is going to come in the fire, and they're both going to be in the pocket, and they'll be throwing, and Andre Lima has beautiful eyes in the boxing combinations. He will see the counters of Namzrai Batbayar here, and he will get this guy out of here by decision or by knockout in this fight. Give me Andre Lima in this matchup. Next fight, we have the prospect, the Dana White Contender Series prospect of Bilal Hassan against Nilson Rojas here. This is a guy that made my list. I have 3 guys on my list right now. Anthony Wintz, Bilal Hassan, and Sean Clancy Jr., the guy that just fought last night in the Dana White Contender Series. Those 3 guys are in my top 10 so far. And like I said, those guys can get bumped at any moment. You know what I mean? You know, if there's something I don't like, if there's more prospects that I think are better, they'll slot right in there. But, you know, Bilal Hassan coming off that first minute KO over Saragai. Why did I say Saragai? The Indian guy, you know what I mean? You know, Bilal Hassan has disgusting combinations. He's got nasty boxing combinations. A beautiful low Muay Thai leg kick as well. Beautiful combination by Bilal Hassan in that matchup. But he's fighting a guy here in Nilson Rojas, a guy who is good, a guy who is better than what the odds are giving him credit for here. You know, I would love to see Bilal Hassan at minus 300. I don't like Bilal Hassan at minus 700. You know what I mean? I think that's a way too high of a price here, especially against a guy like Nilson Rojas, a guy who has good boxing combinations as well and can shoot takedowns here. The problem with him, though, is he's fighting one of the most hype prospects in the game for a reason. Bilal Hassan is being pushed by the UFC, but I'm just not quite sure why they'd give him Nilson Rojas. I think Rojas is a good prospect, and they should have put him against a bum to get him into the UFC. Rojas will be game here, but I think Bilal Hassan is too good, he's too clean, and he's too crisp here. Give me Bilal Hassan by knockout in this fight. Next fight, we got the big boys at 205. It is Levi Rodriguez Jr. against C. Liu. Levi Rodriguez Jr. coming off that finish loss against Franco just a month ago, which is surprising of why he's taking this fight here, to be honest, because he got finished in that matchup against Franco, and he looked bad too. You know, Levi Rodriguez Jr. fights one way, and it's forward. He throws baseballs with his arms, just straight overhands, and he loves to get in your face and try and corral you here. And he's fighting a guy in Silu Giga Chad, a guy who's got absolutely disgusting leg kicks. And if you guys know me, I've said this multiple times, if you have a nice leg kick, you're the one for me, gangsta. You know what I mean? Silu is a nasty kickboxer, a guy that can really just take your legs out from under you, man. This guy hits hard. He's got beautiful combinations as well. But the problem with Silu here, I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate. He likes things to be a bit pretty in this matchup. And Levi Rodriguez Jr. is the exact opposite of that. You know what I mean? Levi Rodriguez Jr. comes out there and throws, and he comes towards you. He's not really going to stand at kickboxing range to see Lou. But if he does, he's 100% dead. Silu is going to kick the leg of Rodriguez Jr. He's going to kick to the head. Nice boxing combinations as well. We've seen Leo Rodriguez Jr. get tired, especially coming off those PEDs here. I think Silu knocks this guy out in the first or second round. Give me Silu in this matchup. Next fight, we have Alex Perez against one of my favorite fighters, Su Mundarji. And you may go, who the fuck is Su Mundarji? And that's a valid reaction, bro. You know what I mean? I'll start with Alex Perez. Alex Perez is way better than what his record states, man. Alex Perez is an absolute junkyard dog, a guy that will come forward, a guy that will throw with absolute malice trying to get you out of there, man. He's fought the best of the best. Alexandre Pantoja, Brandon Royval, Mateus Nicolau, Manel Kape. This guy has fought everybody good. So that's why he has a lot of losses, man. But he is a very, very good flyweight in the UFC, man. But he's fighting my boy in Su Mundarji here. A guy who's got nasty striking and good takedown defense. I don't believe Alex Perez will be able to shoot a takedown and complete it against Su Mundarji. He's too good at the wizard to try and calm and stay down. And Su Mundarji has the better cardio in this matchup here. Because this fight's already happened before. You know what I mean? Alex Perez was winning the first round, but then he faded, and Su Mundarji took over. He was hitting him with the kitchen sink, and then he hit him in the nuts. And Alex Perez did not want to continue fighting, man. I don't know if that was gamesmanship from Alex Perez or if he was actually just really fucked up from that low kick. But Su Mundarji, we saw this guy take over the fight after the first round. I'm going to go Su Mundarji here by decision or by knockout in this matchup. I think he's the cleaner striker, and if Perez tries to shoot, it's going to get stuffed. Give me Su Mundarji in this matchup. Next fight, we have Arichi Long against Kai Asakura. Arichi Long is a striker, a guy from China, a guy that has nice and crisp and clean, powerful boxing, but a guy that lacks head movement here. And you're fighting a guy in Kai Asakura, one of the better strikers in the 135 division, a guy who I'd put up there personally with Piotr Yan, with Corey Sanhagen, with Mario Bautista, just in the striking aspect. Not the wrestling at all. All those guys are way better wrestlers, but if it's just pure striking, Kai Asakura is a monster in the 135 division. He's going to pick up that Arichi Long does not have good head movement. Like I said, you guys will be watching this. Arichi Long is going to be doing this, but when he actually throws, he becomes stagnant like this, and he's going to get a looping shot over the top from Kai Asakura. He's going to knock him out. Give me Kai Asakura in this matchup. He's just a better striker in a mostly striking matchup. I don't think Arichi Long is going to try and wrestle at all. I don't think he can wrestle either. So give me Kai Asakura by knockout in this fight. Last fight, the main event of the evening. It is Umar Nurmagomedov against Yadong Song. Song Yadong, the Kung Fu Kid. And guys, Song Yadong is a nasty striker, a guy who I enjoy watching, who is the highlight of China right now, a guy who loves to throw nasty combinations, especially when he backs up against the fence. Song Yadong coming off that victory against Davison Figueiredo by guillotine. One, I did not think that was going to happen by guillotine. I picked him to win for sure, but by guillotine, no, I did not. Yadong Song has very clean and crisp combinations when he is striking. The guy's got massive power as well. And we've just seen, if you shoot a disgusting, stupid, trash, lazy, bum-ass takedown on him, he can snatch you up in a submission, man. He's got decent takedown defense here, but he's fighting Umar Nurmagomedov here, a guy from Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, Khabib's father's camp. This is a pillar of the process. And that is, if you guys don't know what that means, it means Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov had 4 guys to be pillars of his camp. It was Khabib, it was Makhachev, it is Umar Nurmagomedov, and the final one is Usman Nurmagomedov, who we will see soon in the UFC. Umar Nurmagomedov, a guy that has been overhyped in my opinion, but a guy that has only lost to Merab Dvalishvili, a guy who I'm extremely high on. Umar Nurmagomedov is a guy that's been dropped in a couple fights, but he always finds a way to recover. And you have to remember, Umar started his career striking and just developed the wrestling from the camp of Khabib. You know what I mean? This guy started as a striker, so I don't think Song Yadong's going to impose any problems here. But yet again, he's been dropped twice. Once by Bekset Almakan and once by Mario Bautista. And I love Mario Bautista. Not as a fighter. He's not that fucking great, whatever. But the fucking guy comes out and tries to fight for your money. He goes in there and tries to win. And against a guy like Umar Nurmagomedov, he got out techniqued, which was extremely impressive of me. I'm very high on Mario Bautista. I picked him against Corey Sandhagen as well. But Umar Nurmagomedov in this spot here is the better wrestler. He can get him down to the ground. He can clinch up against the fence. But even at striking range, Umar Nurmagomedov, I think, is better. So I think Umar Nurmagomedov is better every way here. I think he wins by submission or by decision in this matchup, guys. That is the full card. That is UFC Fight Night in China. Nurmagomedov against Song Yadong, guys. Please like, please subscribe, please comment if you're new, guys. You know how the algorithm works. You want to see it on your page more and more, guys. And we're going to keep continuing to cash. We're going to get this dough, man. And we're going to get back on track. We're going to get some fucking perfect card coming in right from fucking China. Get the fuck up at 4 a.m. to watch this card. It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be nice. And we're going to be good to go, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.